Alright, we are going to start in a minute. I am making some last minute preparations because this was a very last minute thought. Not idea, but last minute decision. So, and I did not finish preparing before I was like, hey, let's do this. So, one moment. Okay. I think I'm mostly ready, but just in case, I'm gonna go over here first. Hello! And Finn! Thank you for the 5 gifted. It has been 9 months already, Jesus! Yeah, I saw that I still have like 5 memberships left to gift for this month, because I always, like, you always get, as the creator, you always get 10, at least I always get 10 memberships every month that I can just gift to people, so I'm like, why not? Why the heck not? But thank you, I appreciate it. And if you did get a gift from Fane, say thank you. But I hope everybody's doing well today. It is Monday, a rare Monday stream, because I am not going to be able to do so to stream on the weekend. So no Friday and no Saturday streams. And originally, I was considering just continuing with Pokemon Black today, but I'm still feeling Pokemon, but I'm not feeling Pokemon Black as much today specifically. So I decided last minute that I wanted to get back to this idea that I had a while ago, and I was preparing off stream that I had not finished preparing, so that's why we're starting a little late. Because I spent the last hour like getting stuff ready and figuring out the formatting and the layout and everything. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I've been wanting to do this for a while because I thought it'd be fun, and we might not get through everything that I set up today, but we'll see how far we can how much progress we can make, and if need be, we can make this, you know, a 2-parter or a, I don't know how many parter, depending on how many other characters we want to do that I have not included in my assortment. But otherwise, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I woke up a little late. Did I? Yes, I woke up a little late. So I'm also a little tired. Let me get some water. There we go. But I think that works, you know, before I go on my mini break, weekend break, doing something fun, and also before HSR 4.5 releases, which I am so excited for. I am so excited for it. It's gonna be so fun. Oh, this goddamn music. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Anyway. Okay, I am double checking, I am triple checking. This is going to be this is gonna be a little scuffed, because figuring out the exact formatting of this was a little tricky, and also this was all very last minute, so if anything's not quite I guess polished or messy, do excuse me. I tried in the hour that I had. In which I chose to throw this in instead. Did I make this a video? Probably. I'm probably gonna make this a video too. Oh wait, we should actually join. I should have storage. That's fine. We're good. You know what? Hold on. I'll do it like this. Hold on. I'll do it like this. That works. Okay. So, let me go over, and let me hope that everything looks fine, works fine, is fine. Hold on, double checking. Aha! I knew there was something. I knew there was something. Okay. Okay. So. There we go. I picked a Mystery Dungeon background because I love Mystery Dungeon and I miss Mystery Dungeon, and can we get a new Mystery Dungeon? Can we get Explosive Sky for the Switch or something? I don't know. Would I buy it again? Maybe not, but I would love it to be there. Anyway. Let me start the recording. And 3, 2, 1, there we go. today we have something fun planned. Something that, once again, combines two of my fictional interests, one of which I have been getting a lot more back into recently. That was a sentence. Today, we are going to assign Pokemon to Ace Attorney characters. I picked out a variety of characters, and initially the way I had planned to do this is by just taking the characters and finding 1, 2, maybe even like doing a team per character, depending on how many Pokemon I can think of that would fit said character. But number one, that would take a while with how big the cast is and how many characters I would want to include. And that would just take forever. So, what we are doing instead is I have set up a couple teams of various groups that have one thing or another in common. Whoopsies. And we are essentially going to create one team per faction. The way that I'm going to be deciding which Pokemon to assign which character is, number one, I'm going to be looking at types. I'm first going to assign types, 1 or 2, to the character. And then we're going to go through those types and see which one fits in terms of maybe design, maybe personality, maybe the general theme, whatever, in whatever way. Sometimes there might also be Pokemon that do not fit the type, but I'm just like, I just remember them, and I'm like, hey, this actually fits better. There's a few cases, 1 or 2 cases for sure, that I can think of like that, that are gonna be fun. I do have, because as much as I love Pokemon, I do not remember all 1,000 Pokemon. So, we do have the Pokedex right here that I'm gonna be sorting by types and everything. And if I can't think of a creature right away, we're just gonna look through and figure out what fits. So that's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna cut these ones out of the recording, but it's I'm also gonna have to like get an image every time and like put it in, so that might take a minute. So do excuse me. And that might drag things out a little bit, but we'll see. Again, last minute stuff, preparation, all very scuffed. But yeah, because that way you guys can also see, even if you don't know too much about Pokemon, or, you know, even if your Pokemon knowledge is limited or even none at all, you can at least, based on appearance and based on vibes, get a feel, you know, and point out where you think one might fit better than the one I'm thinking of, or if I'm not thinking of any, you can give ideas. So, I would say we can get right started. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 teams. I have 5 groups. I don't think we're gonna be able to get through all of them, but we'll see how far we can get. First on the agenda, which I think makes sense, is our main crew, our main protagonist crew. The Right Anything Agency plus former members, current and former members. I originally had Pearl here. Whoops. I originally had Pearl here instead of Mia, but Pearl I then ended up putting in another group, so, and I didn't know where to put Mia, so the assignments for the characters as well took a little while to figure out, but that's actually a good point, Lenny. I mean, we can include legendaries in the team. Why not? Why not? Ho-Oh for Phoenix is already the first suggestion, which I can see. First, though, I wanna, again, the Pokemon we choose do not have to align with the type that I assign these characters. It could also be a completely different type. Like if I assign, I don't know, psychic and fire to Phoenix, which honestly might actually, maybe I'll do. If I assign those two types to Phoenix, doesn't mean that the Pokemon has to be either psychic or fire. It could be fucking steel or whatever. But that said, first things first, we are going to see which type best fits Mr. Phoenix Wright. Psychic, I think Psychic is going to be a type that might be very popular here because we have a lot of people with supernatural shenanigans. But I mean, for Phoenix, I think Psychic is definitely one option. It's one option. I am wondering actually, should I? You know what? We'll do it like this. Because that way we have all the types right here on display and I can filter right away. I think that works. That works. The chat setting up chat was a little bit annoying, but that's whatever. Yeah. Want to make the obvious joke right out of the bat. I think Psychic we can choose for one. Normal is one that I feel like could also fit a lot of character just because it is very normal. But I am reserving that type for someone else. I think Fire as a secondary type for Phoenix would be an option. Something in me also says Dragon. I don't know what exactly. In me is screaming Dragon. But I think I might go more with Psychic and Fire. And this is, of course, also very localization based because I'm pretty sure that Phoenix's Japanese name doesn't have anything to do with fire, but in English it does. So, you know what? We're gonna go ahead, and for Phoenix, we can always go back and change things later. For Phoenix, we are going to go with Psychic and Fire. Now, Ho-Oh was already one suggestion, so we're gonna keep that one in mind. I don't think I can filter by multiple types here, so I'm just gonna have to go through one and go through the other. We might also sometimes assign 2 Pokemon to a character if, you know, both fit equally well. So we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Let's have a look through the... I cannot speak. Yes, you can. Wait, you can? Can you do broad? Because if I... Okay, hold on. If I do, like, Psychic and Fire, and I go search now. Yeah, it only shows me Pokemon with both types. Unless there's another site I can use. Ability, that's ability, what? Fighting is often used as a representation of justice in Pokemon. In case that's worth anything, that is a good point. But if we're talking about justice, then, you know, we'll get to it. Yeah, if I pick both types, it'll just show me Pokemon with both types. Unless there's another site I can use that does show broad matches, but I just went with this one because it was the first one. So let's go with Psychic first. Or you know what? Let's go with Fire first. Let's go Fire types first. This also does make me realize that, like, I'm gonna load all of them first. This does make me realize that if you single them out by types, it's not as daunting as I would have imagined. Because, like, there's 1,000 Pokemon. There's 1,000 Pokemon, but all in all, you know, they are split into, like, dozens of types. So, I do think for Phoenix, something more classic, if that makes sense, would fit. Like, I don't know, I could also see Phoenix with the fucking Charizard, just because it's such a, like, popular and classic poster child. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm kind of keeping in mind. Ho-Oh would fit the fire type, so also another option. Let's see. I should probably pause the recording while I'm actually picking these. That would be a way. I always forget this thing exists. This thing I'm pretty sure is from Sun and Moon. It looks so weird, but it's kind of cool. And honestly, I think that kind of is it. Oh my god, is that an... Oh, dude, these are these the Scarlet and Violet legendaries? Or not only legendaries, but, you know, alternate forms or whatever you want to call it. These look so cool. The Volcarona Ironmouth looks so cool. Ultra Sun and Moon. Right. Okay, so I honestly think that Lady's initial suggestion of Ho-Oh does fit. Does fit. The rainbow Pokemon checks out. Favorite Pokemon opening. I actually have not really listened to basically any Pokemon openings. I should do that at some point. Maybe I'll do that for the Patreon, actually. Versions. Oh, of the description. So I'm thinking for these ones, for the fire type, I'm thinking Ho-Oh or Charizard. But let's go see what Psychic has in store. Although I will say I can't really think of any Psychic Pokemon off the bat that would really fit the vibe. You know what I mean? I do wish it would just show all of them at once instead of having to click load more every time. I think that'd be more convenient. Meloetta is so cute. Meloetta I have in store for someone else later on, I think. Yeah, I think Psychic, none of them really speak to me. None of them really catch my immediate attention. So we might just stick to the fire type. Farigiraf is such a funny little guy. Funny big guy. A lock-based Psychic type. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know if there is one. That's also a thing we can filter for, right? If there's specific categories of Pokemon to, you know, regardless of type. Like, you know, the lock Pokemon, the key Pokemon, the, I don't know, the guitar Pokemon. That could also be a way to filter out and to pick. But I think we do have our first choice. I think we have our first pick for Mr. Phoenix Wright. We are going with Ho-Oh. Now, let me do this while I go ahead and save this. Oh, hold on. Actually, hold on. Can I do this? Hold on. Can I do it like this? Hold on. Can I do it like this? Nope. Nope. Okay, you know what? I'll just do it like that. Save. Save. And then open. I do like that it doesn't show whatever else I do here. Okay, that's great. So, for our first Pokemon, we are picking Ho-Oh for Phoenix. And for the types, I am going to go ahead and bear with me, bear with me. I hate when it does this. I fucking hate when it does this. You see that little line there? You see that line there? For some reason, when I move stuff, it sometimes just does this. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And then I need to do weird stuff to like fix it, and oh, that's so annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. And then sometimes when I click off, it goes back to normal. I don't know what the fuck is up with that. I don't know what the hell is up with that. Anyway. Where is Psychic? Where is Psychic? Hold on, hold on, hold on. I think your computer is haunted. I don't know why it does. Ever since I had to reset my laptop and reinstall Krita, it just does this sometimes. Sometimes even like I have to be careful to actually delete those lines in the file, because otherwise it will save. It will export those lines that should not be there in the first place along with it. Anyway. It said that Ho's feathers bring eternal happiness and is given to those having pure hearts. I think that fits. I think that works. Yes. With that, we have our first character, Phoenix, Fire and Psychic, Fire primary, Psychic secondary, sure, and Ho. I mean, that's a banger start to a team, honestly. They said the fuck up at the end of Deltarune has me convinced. To be fair, I think that happened before I reset my laptop. Nope, it did not. It happened after I reset my laptop. Yes, it did. I think Twitch chat is Twitch chat not... Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. No, Twitch chat's just silent right now. It's all good. It's all good. Twitch chat is showing. Twitch chat is just vibing. We're good. Let me scroll back down. Okay, there we go. Now, moving on to our second character, Maya. I mean, for this one, I think the Psychic as primary type is pretty obvious. I think that's pretty obvious. Also, excuse me if these like are not perfectly aligned. I cannot be bothered right now. I cannot be bothered at this moment. Psychic, I think, fits. Psychic Ghost. True, because she does channel spirits and the dead. Yeah, Psychic Ghost. There we have it. Psychic Ghost. Where is Ghost? I should have sorted these maybe alphabetically instead of by color, because I can't see the colors properly. That might have been easier. Whoopsies. There we go. Okay, see now it annoys me. Now the types not being more lined up annoys me. So hold on. We're fixing stuff. We're last minute fixing stuff. Hold on. There we go. And now we do the same thing here, where we do bam, and then we do like this, at least roughly. That's better. And then we do the same with fire. The joys of being neurodivergent. Good enough. Good enough. I can, in fact, be bothered. My neurodivergent brain can and will in fact be bothered, regardless of what I have to say on the matter. Anyway. If the baseliners can channel the dead, you're gonna have a field day. It's one factor that needs to be considered. Anyway, Psychic Ghost. Now let's see who we have there. Do we start with Psychic or do we start with Ghost? I think we may start with... Let's start with Ghost. Even though I listed Psychic up top. It's fine, it's fine. Sometimes we can view this as like primary, secondary type. Sometimes they're about equal. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So let's see here. What ghost types do we have? The thing is, a lot of ghost types are also a little mischievous in nature. Mischievous slash straight up malicious in nature. So those would be off the table right off the bat. Because Maya's a sweetheart. Maya's just, she's just a little gal. She's just a little creature. Honestly, something... For some reason, Rotom stuck out to me. I don't know why specifically, but something about it just hit my brain. I don't know. I guess we'll read the descriptions as well, just to double check if some of these fit. Right now, I'm going for Rotom. Gourgeist or Pumpkaboo, also. Maybe just because pretty. There's not as many Psychic types as I remember there being. Ghost types, sorry. Ghost types. I forgot you're a thing. I forgot you're a thing. Houndstone is also very cool. And that's already it. You look so weird. You look so weird, but I kind of like you. So for ghost types, my current picks are Houndstone. And probably Gourgeist or Rotom for some reason. Yeah, there's not that many ghosts. Okay, so let's have a look at Psychic. Psychic, there's a lot more whimsy. There's more whimsy in Psychic types for sure than there is in the ghost types. I'm trying to think. Something happy. Something fun. You know? When I think of Maya, I think of fun. I could see Esper or Meowstic too. Oh god, this evolution series is so cute. It's so precious. You know what? What if I do it like this? What if I actually just open these so I don't have to go back and forth? Ooh. No. Mew being like top 3 most playful psychic. Yeah, I was thinking about Mew as well. What if it just ends up being, what if the agency just ends up being like a whole series of of legendaries? Okay, on that note, Latias? Maya Latias? Mia Latios? Idea? No, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. That's an idea. Or Curlia, I do want Maya and Mia's Pokemon to be connected in some way, shape, or form. I can also see Curlia and Gardevoir. I'm gonna open up Curlia. I'm gonna open up Mew. Yeah, there's more psychic than ghost that I can do something with. Because a lot of the ghost ones are very, you know, they're tricksters or just straight up creepy, and that does not fit dear Maya. I forget you're a ghost. Wow. Doing a huge Pokédex roster for those who have gotten chase cards like EX, Break, GX, and V in the Pokemon TCG. Ooh, nice, nice. I know next to nothing about TCG except for pretty cards, and that at one point, I want to start collecting Glaceon cards. At one point in the future, but also TCG very scary and very money, which I do not want to spend. Would it be too unhinged to say Hoopa? You know what? I mean, Hoopa is a fun little guy. It possesses a huge amount of power. Legends of its avarice tell how it once carried off an entire castle to gain treasure hidden within. It does have the ability Magician. So Hoopa would be a solid choice. Mew, I don't think. I don't think Mew quite fits. See into the future. Highly. Ooh, wait. Okay, I have an idea for someone else with Latias. So we're gonna keep you in the back. And Esper, I don't think quite fits. We might, you know what? Again, there's no strict limit on the amount of Pokemon we can assign. I'm just saying, or like, I'll just decide that we keep it at a max of 2. Maximum 2 Pokemon. So, what if I just go Hoopa and Kirlia? What if I just go Hoopa and Kirlia? Hoopa first, maybe Kirlia. I hope you just saved as a PNG and I'm not gonna have to do any magic here. Perfect. But Hoopa is definitely first choice. I'm gonna have to close these as well. Where are you? Nowhere. You're nowhere? Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do a little something. Group. There we go. Just sort this for myself. There we go. There it goes, being weird again. Okay, I'm gonna make you a little smaller. And then we're also gonna put in Kirlia. Because Kirlia is pretty, Kirlia is cute, and we love Kirlia. And that way, I could potentially assign Gardevoir to Mia. So we'll keep that in mind. Esper staring with lifeless eyes during court. Dude, Esper is so cute. Esper is one of my favorites of Gen 6 for sure. Esper and Meowstic, they're so adorable. I just buy cards online like Amazon, even though some products are like $40. Yeah. It's also like, the thing is also that, to be fair, I could just ask someone who does know that I don't know how much these cards should cost. So I would have to look into that before I, you know, get scammed and pay more than I should. We were talking about Dragon earlier and how justice is often fighting in Pokemon. Yes. Yes. This one I have a couple thoughts on. Next up, Apollo Justice. My boy, my son, my beloved. we have 3 candidates. Number 1, fighting. Fighting for justice. Dragon, which also fits with his lineage. You know, the dragons. However, I also really like the idea of Apollo being a normal type. Because Apollo, amongst all of these characters, quite frankly, is just a guy. In terms of, not in terms of what he can do, not in terms of his abilities, but in terms of personality, Apollo is just a guy. He's just a very neurodivergent guy with a kind of dry sense of humor who is thrown into all of this nonsense and to all of this chaos when he just wanted to do his job. He doesn't have any grand aspirations or you know, big reasonings for wanting to become a lawyer like Phoenix does. He does have a lot of trauma, but all in all, he just wants to be a guy. So I do kind of want to give him normal as one type. The question is whether we go then with fighting or dragon. And I think fighting might be the choice here. I think fighting might be the way because I do actually have, or do I? I think I have Dirk in here somewhere, and for him the choice then will be obvious. So last saw your stream the other day. I've beaten the next 4 gyms and heading to the last with my team being whoopsies. Superior says Toad, Archeops, Crafty, Athena, and I'm using someone I've never used before. Drudigan. Ooh, Drudigan is interesting. Yeah, I don't see many people using Drudigan. I could imagine the Pokemon for the characters from the anime San Euphonium. Kumiko's Zaltaria, Reina's is Chad. Hazuki's is Rillaboom, Rillaboom, and Sapphire's is Chimecho. I actually haven't watched Hibiki Euphonium. I've heard it's very good. All I know is the tragic lesbians, and they play instruments. Yeah, Phoenix is basically immortal, true. Hence, Phoenix and stuff. We're going with normal fighting. Normal and fighting. No order necessarily. So and normal should be down here. Perfect. Come on. There we go. Judging is raising my ice cream, but it's really strong. Kind of surprised that I, as a dragon type enthusiast, have never used it before. Fair. I mean, hey, now you are. Finally, someone who knows about the anime, even though it's barely. I watched one movie that has an English dub, and it's basically what you expect: high school concert band drama. The one movie. Is it just a no? Hibiki Euphonium is a whole anime, right? It's not just a movie. I think, right? But yeah, I do know of it. I know a lot of anime's names, and I know bits and pieces of it. I might not have watched them. But I know like a lot of names. Thinking Blaziken also plays with Apollo. Ooh. Okay. Regarding these specific Pokemon choices. Let me close this and close this. You I'm keeping open for another time. We go back up. And starting with the normal types. We're gonna do a serious pick. However, one that I was thinking of just because for the meme, just for the bit, Loudred. Just for the meme, the first one that popped into my head when I thought of Apollo was Loudred. Which is also why, when I was thinking of types, I was also briefly considering Steel because of Apollo's Chords of Steel, but that would be too on the nose. I knew it. It'd just be a funny one. Loudred gets an honorary mention, but we're not gonna pick Loudred. We're not gonna go for Loudred. Now let me take a proper look through here. I don't think there's anyone here that that would stick out for Apollo. No. May I ask why? Loud. That's it, because it's loud and Apollo is loud. Now let's see here. What if we give God to Apollo? Normal types don't really... Helioptile is... They're normal? I always thought Heliolisk and Helioptile were ground electric. But no, I guess not. Or rock or something. No, I guess not. Just normal. Whoopsies. Nope, nope, nope. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, I think the fighting types might carry here. I think fighting might carry here. So let us move over to fighting types. Mankey is a funny choice, so up for consideration. Blaziken, up for consideration. Also a good one. Lucario. No, Lucario's too composed, too calm, I feel like. No, Fuyad, you're so right! You are so right! Heliolisk does not seem complete. Heliolisk looks like a middle evolution. There should be one more. Also, I think I'm gonna have to recalibrate my model at some maybe later. I don't know. A part of me can also see Scraggy, so I'm putting you up for... Ooh, wait. Keldeo? 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 Up for consideration. This team is stacked with legendaries, it's fine. They've all got main character buff. So it works out. Sword of Justice. Also, that's number one. Number two, exactly. It's just look at it. Let's just look at it. Just look at the vibes. Something in its face. Something in like that determination. It gives like it gives determined, ambitious, but also a little bit naive, a little bit, you know, inexperienced. Its ability is justified, which kind of, in a sense, you know, it shares a part of a word with the word justice, part of the Swords of Justice. Fuck it, we're doing Keldeo. We're doing Keldeo. All of you, get out. All of you, get out. Save. Bam. Bam, bam, close that up. Whoops, whoops, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Okay, there we go. Hold on, I gotta sort this a little bit. And there we... Nope. Ah, there we go. Nope. One of these days I'll figure out why it looked just like this. In the movie, he was literally a hot-headed teenager, right? That's what I remember too. Yeah, this is a perfect match. Okay, next up, Trucy. Now hear me out. Before we even get into the type, I already have a Pokemon picked out. I will tell you that much. I would share one type with Apollo. That makes sense. In that case, I don't think fighting quite suits her. We could go normal and psychic maybe? But we already have so many psychic Pokemon. I could also see fairy. Normal and psychic or normal and fairy. Maybe. Unless, let me see. Bug, grass, steel, ice, flying. I could also... No, well, no, not maybe. Nah, maybe not. Something, you know, that befits her occupation, her vibe as a magician, as a upbeat, cheery little creature. We're gonna do normal for sure. Normal is definitely one of them. Fairy, I think, could fit. She has the whimsy. She's got the whimsy. And we already have 2 psychic ones, so we might want to space it out a bit better. We might want to space it out some more. Those tend to be the 2 magic Pokemon. And regarding the Pokemon for her, I already have one in mind. I already have the Pokemon in mind. Meowscarada. It's the Magician Pokemon. Look at it. It doesn't fit the type, but it doesn't need to. It's literally a magician. Perfect. Perfect. I love Meowscarada, by the way. I freaking love Meowscarada. It's such a pretty, such a fun Pokemon. So, choice for Trucy, easy. Easy. This one just popped into my head right away when I thought of her. So let me go ahead and save that. And bam. There we go. Drip Slayer, how you doing? Hope you're doing well today. A team full of fairy and normal and a dark grass type as her ace? True. True. Yeah. I do like the idea. No, I do like the idea of Trucy just collecting a team full of normal and fairy type Pokemon, and then her one what do you call that? Her ace, her one wild card is just a Meowscarada. Okay, next up, Athena. And good thing we went for fairy with Trucy because, I mean... you know? Athena, I think could be our third psychic, unless there's something else that immediately sticks out. But I could also see fighting for Athena. To be fair, I do want to. I do want to try and incorporate also some more of the quote normal, not normal, but ordinary types that are not, you know, supernatural in essence. But I feel like it's a little that's a little difficult, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, Grada, having that one-step move that always crits, my favorite. Is it Flower Trick? No, it was something else. I forgot. Athena, electric and dark. Ooh. I was thinking electric for a minute, and I can see that. And to be fair, psychic is more so in the sense of supernatural. It's not like psychology psychic. So it is Flower Trick? Hell yeah. That one move I remember because I spam it all the fucking time. It's so good. Electric Dark. No, you know what? We're doing that. We're doing that. Yeah. Electric Dark, we're doing it. Well, we can do electric. Wait. Wait. Hold on, I'm thinking. Electric Psychic. Electric Psychic. I will elaborate later. If you don't see my vision, I will elaborate later once we get to it. Once we get to the second factor of my epiphany. But for now, I am saying electric and psychic. Electric and psychic. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, Dark Type is not evil, but it gave me an idea. Now that said, similar to Trucy, the Pokemon that I have in mind for Athena is neither electric, but it is psychic, actually, I think. Never mind, it is psychic, but it's not electric. Latias. Highly sensitive to emotions of people. If it senses any hostility, this Pokemon reflects the yes. Capable of understanding human speech, covered with a glass-like down. Yeah. And maybe now this will make a little more sense. If not, then you'll just have to wait and see. If I am picking Latias, then you can't pick Latias as a standalone, you know? Is all I'm saying. So I love Latias, dude. I at some point want to rewatch some of the Pokemon movies. I remember the Latias and Latios movie was like one of my favorites. It's so fun. It's so cute. Latias in general is so sweet. It's just a baby. Na, 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 na. 4 legendaries and a starter. What the fuck does the prosecution have? Yeah, I mean, there's only one. Yeah, I mean, you can't have Latias without Latios, and there's only one choice for Latios. So, yeah. Latias being Ash's first love. I do remember that. Yeah, that was interesting. Mia. Ghost. So we have the connection to Maya. And for Mia, I don't know why, but I can see water or steel. I don't quite know why. I don't quite know why, but I can see either water or steel as her second type. Fighting, ghost and fighting is an interesting combo. Goku's voice actor also voiced Lucario. Oh, damn. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ghost, 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 ghost. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Ghost. There we go. Ghost number 1. And... Mia could share one with Phoenix. I mean, if we go psychic, she would share with both Maya and Phoenix. But I don't know if I want to do both sisters as the exact same combination. But then again, they are family. So... And they're not like half siblings. They are full on. So we could go for that. You say fire. Now, you know what? Call it boring. That's valid. I am going psychic. I am going psychic. But I do acknowledge that fire would also be nice. But I think I'm going psychic for... Well, there we go. Because then we have both sisters sharing types. We have the connection to Phoenix. And I might also give Mia 2 Pokemon depending on how many we can find. Or if we can find something else besides Gardevoir for her. Because I think Gardevoir just fits. I think it just fits. Something about the energy just fits. So let me go back. Advanced search. Psychic first. None of these, I think. None of these. I can also see Espeon. Let's see. Musharna also speaks to me, but I don't know. Nah, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Meowstic also, but I think for that it would have fit better if I had. It's kind of like an evolution situation, or kind of like a Gardevoir Curlier situation, where if I had picked Esper for Maya, then Meowstic for Mia would have made a lot of sense. Delphox? Okay, wait. Delphox is also an option, because even if we can't give her the fire type, we could still give her a fire psychic Pokemon. So that could still work. I think that's about all for the psychic region. Let's see if there's anything in the ghost category. I'm opening Gourgeist just because. But I think that's about all we got. So, oh, let me close you up. Espeon, just vibes. You're lower on the list. What's Gourgeist's description? Singing in eerie voices, they wander town street, anyone hears song is cursed. Yeah, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not you. Delphox, I can see. Meowstic, also further back, I think we might go with just 2 queens. 2 girl bosses, Gardevoir and Delphox. We're going both. Now, will I be able to fit this into that little area? We shall see. Number 1 and number 2. Okay, I'm gonna have to make you a little smaller. I'm gonna have to make it a little tiny. There we go. Close all of you down. I should save. There we go. Just in case Krita at some point decides to screw itself over. AKA try to screw me over. There we go. And that way I think it's also fun to have... Oh, hello dog. To give both Maya and Mia each 2 Pokemon. And with that, we have our first team. We have our first team for the Right Anything Agency, current and former. Phoenix, Fire Psychic with Ho-Oh. Maya, Psychic Ghost with Curlia and Hoopa. Apollo with Normal and Fighting and Keldeo. Trucy, Meowscarada, Normal and Fairy. Athena with Latias, Electric and Psychic. And lastly, Mia with Gardevoir and Delphox, Psychic and Ghost. We have 4 Psychic people. 4 Psychic, but they all fit. And we have 1, 2, 3... Yeah. Is Hoopa legendary too? I guess. We have a... This is a pretty strong lineup. But you know, for the main cast, it does fit. This is a pretty fucking strong lineup. And then Curlia and Gardevoir. Yeah. And even those 2 are still very good. Well, Curlia, you know, potential to be good at some point. Curlia and Gardevoir, you know, Curlia and Gardevoir feel more like partner Pokemon than fighting Pokemon. You know what I mean? I mean, Gardevoir could fight, but these 2 seem like, you know, Pokemon you grow up with and you just have by your side, and then these 2 you use to kick ass. 4 out of 6 being weak to dark. Well, that's the downside, I guess. Is it? Hold on. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Because isn't Ghost also weak to dark? Yeah, we're talking about the trainers themselves. In terms of like types, I mean, isn't Hoopa a Psychic Ghost? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd still be 4, I think. Because both Curlia and... Oh wait, no, Gardevoir didn't... Oh wait, no, didn't Gardevoir get the Fairy type as well? Or am I misremembering? And if so, was that only for Gardevoir or also for Curlia? I forgot. I forget which... I forget who gets the Fairy type after Gen 6 and who doesn't. Yeah, that, you know, that's the risk. It's this is a high risk, high reward team, because if anyone because, you know, if they're faced with a dark Pokemon, they might get in a little bit of trouble. But they do have legendaries. That explains how the prosecution stands a chance. Exactly. Exactly. The Gardevoir line, the whole line gets Fairy type. Ah, I see. Oh, dog is lying on under my table now. All right. That is our first section. Now, all of it gone. I'm going to change text. Change text. Because next up... What am I doing? 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 Hold on. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. Nope. 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 There we go. Next up, we are getting right into the prosecutor's office. Now, granted, not all of the, like, some of, like, this is basically just, like, the main prosecutors. Technically, Godot isn't really a part of the prosecutor's office anymore, and Francisca is kind of, like, you know, she's off doing her thing, and Nayuta is in Korine, but details, that's fine. That we don't worry about that. In spirit, they are part of this team. In spirit, they belong here. So, let us get started with... Hold on, can you see this if I do this and if it, like, there's a little pop-up here? No, you can't. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I do have to... Hold on. One second. I need to make 2 new groups here. Nope, that's the paint layer. I need to make a new group layer. And then for the types. And for... Nope. And for the Pokémon, because otherwise it'll be way more confusing for me than it already is. Yeah, she's more of an agent than a prosecutor. Yeah, but she's here in spirit. You know what I mean? She's here in spirit. Naruto. Wait a fucking minute. Okay, there we go. And now do the separate. Okay, there we go. Starting with... What the fuck happens in the Apollo trilogy? Too much. The one, the only. Why are you on the color picker? Why are you on the color picker? There we go. Miles Edgeworth. For the meme, I say Steel because of the Steel Samurai. I do think Steel would actually fit him, though. I do think it actually would fit him. Just because of his personality. He's a very, very calm, mostly very collected, very composed person. Dark Steel is an option. Also Edgeworth. So I can definitely see Steel, and fighting is also interesting. Fighting is interesting. Counterpoint, Dark, because then he has 1 over... No, okay, no, hear me out. Fire, Psychic, Steel, Dark. Fire, strong against Steel, but Psychic, weak against Dark. Ice could also be a solid replacement there. But I think it'd fit to have them be weak to one type of the other. Ice implies a sort of coldness that we don't really get from Edgeworth. Not anymore, at least. Game 1 Edgeworth, sure. But by now, he's not cold-hearted. He's very kind. He's just very reserved. But I think his personality more so reflects the determined and determination and the steadfastness of Steel than it would the cold, distanced energy from ice. Yeah, Edgeworth, in the first game, I would say ice fits, but current Edgeworth, I think steel is a better pick, personally. But I can see ice, but I'm gonna go with steel. And the weird glitch again, we don't worry about that. And where is it? Where is it? Oh, hold on, I need to do like this. Oh, okay, that's a lot better. And dark. Whoops. Miles got a regional variant. You know what? We'll take that. Okay, Steel and Dark. Now, what Pokemon would he fit? Let's start with Steel in case we find a gem there, because there'll be more options to look for Dark type Pokemon. It should be something elegant, I feel like. Either something elegant or something very superhero-like. Because of his love for the Steel Samurai. Lucario. Lucario is a bit too fierce, I think. But I'm gonna put it here anyway. Bisharp, I briefly considered. It is Steel and Dark, so I guess it gets a buff for that. Low-key Cobalion? Cobalion? Metagross spitballing a bit. Ooh, that's also interesting. That's also an interesting pick. Also interesting pick. Bisharp is a samurai. Yeah. We're gonna go through the options just in case, but we already have a solid pick. Cobalion is having the same drip, that's true. God, Tinkaton is so cute. Now, just to be safe, let's go over the dark types. I can also see a classic Umbreon, you know? Simple, but effective. Yeah, the dark types have a similar case as the ghosts, where a lot of them have a bit of a mischievous aura. Mischievous, whatever. Kingambit. Kingambit. Where was that? Was that? Hold on. Did we go past that, or which one is Kingambit again? I forgot. Whoops. Nope, didn't want that. From Gen 9? Mavistiff, my love. Oh, that looks so cool. Kingambit. Ooh. Only a Bisharp that stands above all others in its vast army can evolve into... Ooh. Yeah, I think top picks right now are commands a group of several Pawniard. Groups that are defeated in territorial disputes are absorbed by the... Absorbed is crazy. Appears in the legend alongside Terrakion, fighting against humans in defense of Inara region's Pokemon. Category Iron Will and abilities justified. Defiant and Supreme Overlord. Inner Focus and Defiant. All three of these fit. I think the one thing that puts me off from Kingambit is that Miles is, current Miles is more of a team player. This one is like a, you know, one leader that stands above all, which I don't think Miles really is. He is a leader. He is a leader, but he's not the type to be all alone at the top, you know? So I think Miles might get... Why is it from Karma here? Different group, different team. That's why he's not there. And I had to filter out someone for... Yeah, I had to... Some of these could have fit into more teams, but I only had 6 slots, so I had to kind of make do. I think Edgeworth might get 2. Because I think both of these fit equally. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So 1 and 2. Edward inherited Cabalion. That's kind of fire. That, you know what? I like that. True, I could see that. Yeah. Or no, because Cabalion is too good for Manfred. This one is just his Pokemon. This one he inherited from Gregory. I think that works. Ah, yeah. Stretch. There we go. This is a good pick. Or 2 good picks. Next up, we have Franziska. Dark is an option. Dark is an option for sure. Dark is an option that I am willing to stand behind because of her connection to Edgeworth, number 1. But then the question, her secondary type could be Ice. Where's the whip Pokemon? Isn't there one that uses a whip? Or am I misremembering? I can see Ice Dark for Franziska. Because with her, the icy vibes fit better. Even down to her hair. The blue-ish silvery hair. That works. A little further over here. Tian Pao. When Karma gave him the baby form of Bisharp, but Edgeworth didn't evolve him, and he took Cabalion from his dad. Ooh, I like that, I like that. No, you know, yeah, no, I like the idea of Edgeworth taking on a little Pawniard that then evolved into Bisharp, but refusing to let it evolve further. And maybe both of them refusing to let it evolve further, you know? Despite Von Karma's wants. Despite his expectations. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, Ice Dark. So I'll look at Chen Pao first because I forgot what he looked like. Ooh. Opening that one up. That's a good pick. Franziska could be somewhat the same. Yeah. True. Manfred with a King Gambit is very good, yes. And would make sense. Okay. This one we have open for consideration already. But let's go through the singular types. Wait. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. There should be some solid ice types. Frostlass, just giving me the vibes, which is why I'm putting it in. Glass chair looks so cool. Are there so few ice types? Oh, wow. Okay. And regarding dark types, I could also see a Houndoom. I could also see Houndoom or Abs. Well, maybe not Absol. Maybe not quite. Liepard, someone said, is I do agree. Could be fitting. Mandibuzz, I can also see. Francisca does fit a lot of the ice types, I think. Let's see. That's kind of all we have. I want to check something just because. We're not the types are a guideline. They're not necessarily a restriction. They're not a solid rule. Because something in me something tells me that Francisca might also take on a dragon type. Ah, but none of these quite fit. None of these quite fit. Okay, I could also see a Suicune for Francisca. Well, we'll stick to the types for now. And maybe we'll revisit. So we have Liepard, Mandibuzz, Houndoom, Frostlass, and Tianpao. Lots of options. Lots of options. Oh, Blaze, you're cooking. Glalie and Frostlass. With Glalie. And then Manfred having a Kingambit and a Glalie. Ooh. I do like that. We won't get Van Zieks after I finish the Greatest Attorney. We are probably gonna do this again with the cast from those games. For now, it's only the main series. If you are burned by the flames it shoots from its mouth, the pain will never go. Ooh, that's... Oh, wow. Liepard has something sneaky to it, which I don't think fits Francisca. It does have the name Lie in its name for a reason. So I'm thinking I'm gonna eliminate this one. Searching for food for Lullaby. When it finds a weak Pokemon, Mandibuzz swoops it right off to its nest. That is brutal. Bone Vulture, Big Packs, Overcord. Again, something more malicious, something more sneaky. So we might remove you. It plays around innocently by leaping in and out of avalanches it has caused. Okay, that's kind of cute in a weird, unsettling way. The hatred of those who perished by the sword long ago has clad itself in snow and became a Pokemon. Ooh. See, that description does fit, you know? Hatred, revenge, maybe. Friend could have a Bisharp, yeah. Ooh. We're definitely going with Frostlass. Would Manfred give both of his kids 2 poniards and then let them both evolve into King Gambit? Or make them both evolve into King Gambit? In which case... Ah, that's tricky. That is tricky. You look so cute and also cool and also cute. I think this one gives a little bit too much destruction. We might go with Bisharp and Frostlass then. We might go with Bisharp and Frostlass. There we go. Na, na, na. King Gambit evolves by having the Bisharps knock out other Bisharps. Ooh, that's perfect, actually. Yeah. I didn't know that. That is perfect. Okay, whoops. Sometimes it does that where it doesn't quite load the thing. That fits. That fits. Manfred giving both of them poniards that then evolve into Bisharps and intending for them to fight each other until one evolves. And Edgeworth or Gregory passing on his Cobalion and Francisca choosing to evolve, choosing to get a Frostlass to set herself apart or to complement Manfred's Glalie. Yeah, no, this works. This works. Okay. Okay. Next up. This one I don't think is going to be a dark type. Clavier, not a dark type. Not in my eyes. Clavier. I could see Fairy. A bit of whimsy. Let's see. Normal is always an option because similarly to Apollo, Clavier at least wants to give off the impression of being just a guy, just a laid-back guy. That's also a rock star, but that's beside the point. Fairy Electric, Fairy Fighting. I think the Fairy I'm gonna lock in. I do think I'm gonna lock in the Fairy type. Oh, hold on. There we go. We're locking in Fairy. And then, what does Apollo have again? Apollo has normal fighting. Fighting and Fairy already complement each other in that way. Exactly, Blaze. That's what I'm thinking about. So in that case, we have Fairy and Fighting. And for normal, the only option would be Fighting. And Fighting for Justice, Fighting for the Truth would also work. We can do that. We can go Fighting and Fairy for Clavier. However, I do already have a Pokemon in mind for him. Let's, for now, Because I also don't think many other ones fit. I don't think fire quite fits. Psychic, I don't think so. Ground, I kind of could see ground. Bug, grass, steel, ice, flying, water, poison, dark, rock, pun aside. I think fairy and fighting makes sense. We can do that. Whoops. Fighting justice would fit more of a dark type thing? This is so... I love this. This is so interesting to think about. Because not just about, like, who would fit based on, like, you know, vibes or whatever, but also thinking about the relationships between the characters. Yeah, because, like, speeding ahead a little bit, Godot would be dark type, Blackwell would be dark type, Nayuta would not be dark type, but that would be majorly dark type. Then again, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 psychic types in the agency as well. If we could have 2 exceptions, that could work. No, you know what? Okay, no. You know what? I think it still fits. I think Fighting Fairy fits because Fairy, I imagine as his whimsy, his rock star, chill, easygoing persona. But we do know that Clavier can also be very hot-headed. Clavier can also be very fierce. He can also be very dramatic. And he can be very, what do you call that? Stubborn. So I think, in thinking about it more, we'll go with Fairy and Fighting. Yeah, the fun thing about Clavier is that among all of these people, Clavier is also just a dude. Like, his occupation aside, and his trauma aside, in terms of personality and what he, like, compared to the rest of these giants, he's just a guy. He is the most ordinary of the prosecutors of this bunch. Like, he is the, like, of all of these guys, characters, sorry, Francisca, Clavier is the one you'd be most likely to just hang out with. To go out and have some coffee with, or, you know, hang out at home with. These ones, I don't know if you could, if I'd really do that with these people. Clavier? Sure. Because Clavier is not as eccentric in his ways. That said, I do already have a pick. Wait, hold on. Ah, there we go. I do already have a pick. That is, actually... Yeah. Are we starting? We are about, almost 2 hours in, but welcome in. And it fits because this Pokemon also has 2 different forms. And one of them is fighting. So, you know, there's a loose connection there. But even if there wasn't, doesn't matter. Wabam. Self-explanatory. The Melody Pokemon also has a fighting form. Need I say more? Na 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 na. audio description, sung with a special vocalization method that can control the feelings of those who hear it. Ooh, that's interesting. Na 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 na. There we go. I'm gonna put Milueta's basic image there, and I think it also fits. Another thing that fits is then Keldeo for Apollo and Milueta for Black and White, aka two legendary Pokemon that are just, at least like originally, were just kind of forgotten in their respective games. So that also works out. There we go. I'll leave for a base form there, but both forms count. Let me pour myself some water real quick. Okay. Next up, Godot. Dark type, I think, is an easy pick. But what else is the real question? What? I mean, we could be mean here. Dark Ghost, or we could be mean here. And, go for... Oh, I don't know. Maybe, But Ghost is also an option. Ghost is also an option. You know, he is a man that returned from the dead. This could, and we could also, you know, if we get to Dahlia later, we could make it very evil by giving them that connection. Okay, hold on. Also, real quick, I have something in my eye. I need to get it out. I'll think about that combination as I read my eye. Whoops. I had an eyelash in the eye. Okay. I think Ghost fits better, though. Jokes aside, I do think Ghost fits better. So we're going with Ghost. That way you can also match with Mia, so... There we go. Now for his Pokemon, honestly, I don't really have anything off the bat. So this is gonna be interesting to figure out. Regional type Diego could be fighting water. Ooh, yes. Maybe I'll add... We're not gonna get through all of the teams today anyway, I think, because we're already 2 hours in. But I might add Diego as another variant, as another alternative. We'll see. We'll see. Well, there's so many characters here that I was thinking of, and we just can't, you know, just couldn't figure out. What I say? Ghost and Dark. So let's start with Ghost. These fit because, again... Oh, hold on. Oh. Both of these. Very mysterious, a little creepy vibes. Chandelure. I'm picking out as an option. Gorgeist, maybe. And we're already reaching the end of the ghost types. And that's already it for the ghost types. Very short. As for dark Pokemon... Yeah, the thing is, because Dark and Ghost, you can't even go at it with fighting. So that's a good fucking combo. Let's see. Oh, okay, no, never mind. I had a fleeting thought, but I'm already saving that Pokemon for someone else. An Absol, I could see. Crocodile. Solid choice. Gengar, maybe. And I think that's all for these. Intimidation, Intimidate Moxie. Senses coming disasters and appears before people only to warn them of any... Oh, that's exactly the same. Dude. Mega Absol looks so fucking pretty. They look so pretty! Anyway. What is Gengar's description? Not gonna lie, I could also see Miss Magius. So funny. This one seemed a little too wild, if you know what I mean. Incantations to torment the foe appears from where you least expect it. Crocodile, just the vibes, but also a little too fierce. Absol, a little... too well-meaning, if you know what I mean. What, is it just... Oh. Oh, they have different descriptions based on how tall they are? They will forcefully drag anyone off to the afterlife. Oh, cool. Taking the hands of children to lead them to the afterlife. Cool. Anyone who falls for the act gets carried away to the hereafter. Cool. Ability Frisk. I kind of want to go with Miss Magius. I don't know. It's kind of hard to pin Godot down, you know what I mean? Wait. Isn't there? Hold on. I just thought of one for the bit. For the meme. It's T. It's T, to be fair. It's T. But it is a pot. and a cup. So... But maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. What does this description say? The tea that composes poltergeist's body has a distinct and enjoyable flavor. Drinking too much, however, can be fatal. It's black tea. That's exactly the same. Yeah, it is tea. So not quite. I think I'm gonna go with Miss Magius. Just something about the vibe. Just something about the vibe. And we can always come back to him later. Godot is just a hard one to pin down. In my opinion, at least. Where is it? Oh, God damn it. There we go. Now, next up, one that I already have 2 Pokemon in mind. And 2 types. This one, I've already got it all locked down. Blackwell. Types, number 1, Dark. Obviously. Obviously. That's the wrong thing. Dark. Type 2. Where is it? Flying. He loves birds. He loves birds. So, with that in mind, there are 2 choices. We're basing off what Pokemon they would have. What Pokemon fits them. Based on their vibes, their personalities, their roles in the story, their relationships with other characters. Anyway, Simon. Honchkrow, number 1. Staraptor is also an option. That's true. That's true. Mega if you want to go hard. Ooh. See, you could just give Simon, like, all the flying Pokemon. I'm gonna be real. Simon would just take all the flying Pokemon. Simon, he'd take a Fearow, he'd take a Pidgeot. He would just have all of them. Just all of the flying ones. What if we go Murkrow, though? What if instead of Big Bad Bird, we go Little Bird? We go little crow. I think that could be cute, too. Whoops. Nope, not you. You are already taken. Double checking. There's no one else. Staraptor is an option. Yeah, fuck it. I'm even gonna go with Murkrow because he deserves a baby. He deserves one baby. And then to match his sister / not sister kind of family, whatever you want to see it as. Oh, there we go. We're also going with Latios. Corviknight, I was also considering. Corviknight would also be good. Fuck. No, you're right. Corviknight. Okay, see, for Simon, we could think of an entire team. We could go with Honchkrow, we could go with Staraptor, we could go with Corviknight, throw in a Latios. For him, we could easily make an entire team. Because it's just birds. It's just birds. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me first save Latios. And then, hold on. 1 second. Let me just have a double look at Corviknight over here. They all fit him. Every bird fits him. Even if it's a penguin, it would fit him because he also loves penguins because they're also birds to him. They're all birds. Fuck. You know what? I am going to go with Corviknight. Because, what's the description? Flies simply through the sky unbothered. Flies through skies with ease. Have partly turned to steel and become heavy as a result. This Pokemon flies through the sky. Yeah, no, this just fits. Ooh, that looks cool. Height 45 feet! Jesus. How tall is a Corviknight? 7 foot? Checks out. That's a 2-meter tall bird. You're getting promoted to have it. Yeah, just have a full team. And also, it's okay, yeah. Pressure and unnerve as abilities. Well, just well, to be fair, he probably is also an Insomniac. But no, okay, yeah. We're going with Corviknight and Latias. Latios. The blue one. Where are they? There's one. And number 2 is... Dog, do you wish to participate in the conversation? That's number 1. Oh gosh, fucking dang it. Okay, hold on, hold on. Do it like this, and then... Oh fuck, I didn't do this. Hold on. There we go. Then number 3. There we go. Latios, get up here. Make you a little smaller. Okay. One more and then we're gonna take a little break before we do maybe one more, I think works. Because we did start a little late today. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Okay. Next up is Nayuta. Psychic, for one. Because he actually does have supernatural powers. He can just, throw beads at you and make them choke you out via prayer. So, I'd consider that psychic enough. Psychic Dragon. Psychic Dragon. Yeah. Yep. I think that's my pick. There we go. And where is Psychic? Where is it? There it is. Nope, that's wrong. There we go. There we go. I thought I would have more trouble with that one, but no, that just came instantly. Dragon because of dark, and psychic, so we can also still kick Apollo's ass. There we go. And also then we have the fun little thing between him and, well, several other prosecutors having the dark type, so it's all fun. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Dog? Do you wish to speak, dog? There we go. Now, if we go dragon and psychic. Let's look at the psychics first. Oh, there we go. Looking at the psychic ones first. I could see Satu. I don't know, the rocks, alts... Well, maybe not really, maybe not really. Oh god. Musharna speaks to me somehow. Sigilif because it's kind of weird. And that's kind of it, I think, for the psychic section. So, let us have a look at the dragon types. Who do we have here? Altaria, something elegant. I don't know why I kind of want to give Nayuta a legendary. I mean, how many legendaries do we have for the prosecution? We have a total of... Well, we have 3. We have 3 legendaries. So we could give Nayuta 1 legendary to even it out. We could do that. But in that case... Which one would it be? Aww. Not exactly a dragon, unlike, well, it is one here, but I would also want to look at just regular Suicune. Besides that, I don't know why Giratina is looking at me. I don't know why I'm looking at Giratina. But I'm gonna open you up anyway. And then we're moving to Suicune. Okay, Nayuta, you have a lot of options. Embodies the compassion of a pure spring of water. It runs across the land with gracefulness. This Pokemon has the power to purify dirty water. Tempting. Tempting. Tempting pick. And it's just water. How would water then interact with the rest? Water's kind of more... Would be weak against... Well, no, not Athena's Pokemon, but her type just. Okay, this one is just vibe, but it's not... Actually, yeah, this doesn't actually fit, but I don't know, there's something about it. It's named after an aquatic monster mentioned in an old expedition journal. God, so cool. Anyway. If it bonds with a person, it will gently envelop the friend with its soft wings, then hum. That is so cute. That is actually so cute. What does Mega Altaria look like again? Oh yeah, you are just a cloud. You are just one giant cloud. Altaria dances and wheels around. Ooh. Maybe for someone else later. I'm gonna close up Altaria. Some say they were guardians of an ancient city, others say they were the guardians' emissaries. Magikarp, Wonderskin, Avianoid. No, not quite. It is seeing both the past and the future at the same time. Its eyes, the sun's movement all day. Mystic synchronized early bird. Fuck it. You want a Suicune? You might get a height 6'7". 6'7". Wow. That's like 2 meters. That's like a solid 2 meters. I mean, do we count the upper part of this, which would probably make up another like 20 or 30, I would assume, or more? God damn, you're a big boy. Big girl, big creature. I think we're going Suicune for Nyota. It also has the gracefulness, the elegance. Oh, Jesus. Blaze! I have yet to fix that raid alert. Will I ever do it? I don't know. But how we doing? Thank you for the raid. We're doing something fun. We are assigning Pokemon to Ace Attorney characters. And it's really fun. It's really neat. I'm probably gonna do this more often with maybe even other franchises as well. Whenever the fancy strikes me. But welcome in. What were we doing? Did I save this? Did I save that? Did I save? Hold on. Did I save? Hold on. Did I save? Speaking of which, I should save right now. There we go. Nope. Stop. There we go. Na, 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 na. One moment. And do this, and do this. Nope. Do this. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Weekly reset, Genshin just are today. That's fair. Oh right, it's Monday. Right. Okay. With that, we have our second team done. I was the radio, what was here? All good. Hell yeah. Now, let's compare real quick. We're gonna take a little break in a second, and then I think I have one more in me. But let's compare. We have Edgeworth with Steel and Dark, which matches Phoenix's Fire and Psychic. He also has a legendary. We have Maya with Psychic Ghost, just like Mia. Godot with Ghost to match Mia, and Dark, which is strong against both of them. Francisca with Ice and Dark, Ice matching Edgeworth, and also being able to kick Phoenix's ass. Same with Godot. Therian fighting for Clavier to match Apollo with Normand fighting. Also both Gen 5 legendaries. Mythic, whatever. Athena with Latias and Electric Psychic to match Simon with Dark and Flying. So both types also matching, kind of like a Phoenix and Edgeworth situation with electric against flying and Sec against dark. And Latios and Corby Knight for him. And Nyuta, who is our first dragon, and Psychic, who, if nothing else, it also sticks out a bit. But if nothing else, can still annihilate Apollo. So that works. With that, we are going to take one 10 to 15 minute break, and then we have one more team. Not the last one that I have, but the last one we're gonna do for today, and we're gonna do another one of these at some point in the future. Possibly soon. Because this is really fun. So, I will be back in a bit. Alright, I'm back, technically, but I made some food. Because it's dinner time, and I'm hungry. And I have not eaten that yet, so... Give me like another 5 or so minutes. Alright, fuck it. I'll just keep eating as we go. And we're back. Ish. Sort of. Kind of. This is also the wrong thing. There we go. That's right. Now, we have one more left. Can I share a clip from Bran? Mother knows me too well. Bet. Go ahead. I have in total 3 more teams, plus 1 actually that I still had in mind. That I just haven't made yet. Alrighty, can't send links. Hold on, one second. Fuck it, we'll do that. Yeah, DM it to me. I'll look at it in a bit. Our third, and for today at least last team, will be... Wabam. The Ace Attorney Investigations cast. Because I just so managed to... It's just enough to give them their own team. Even though they're just the Miles games. And they all have different roles anyway, but whatever. There we go. Is it fine if I look at it later, Nova? If I look at it after stream? Yeah, so I definitely did want to include the investigations cast. Whoops. 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 I'll go to bed. So, for this one, once more, let me make 2 new groups. To sort the types in, and to sort the Pokemon in. One moment. Like this. There we go. I'm also going to apologize in advance, but also not really, because I will be referring to one or at least some of these characters by their fan translated names, because I just think they're better. I just prefer them over the official ones. And I might just swap back and forth. I don't know. We'll see. Starting with Sebastian or Eustace. The best. Either way, because Winner is a lame-ass last name. I also need to... Hold on. I should change... Hold on. I should change the... Hold on. I should change... Hold on. I should change the... Hold on. Text. I should change... What do I do? Ace, attorney, invest, nope. Nope, wrong one. Nope. Investigations. There we go. That'll do. And it does the weird thing again. You see that? You see that in there? The font thingy? Because it's fucking weird. Because it's fucking weird. And it just wants to keep doing that. And I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it does that. It just does. It just likes to do that. It just likes doing that. So... we're just gonna ignore that this little thing is there, I guess. Because it fucking sucks. Anyway. I will say, I am struggling a little bit with Sebastian already. Trying to think of what... Fire would be a good type. Fire would be a good type. Because of his father. I just realized that. I wasn't sure. Because we're also going based on character dynamics and relationships here. I just thought of what I would assign his father. And fire seems like an obvious choice there. So that's gonna be his first type. Why are you transparent? Why are you like that? Why are you like that? Why are you like that? Why is everything going wrong now? Why are you like... Why is the opacity for you at 27? There we go. Jesus. Fire as the first type. Now, what do we do as the second? Do we do fighting? Do we do firefighting? I guess that could work. Actually, I think firefighting could work. Because Edgeworth is what? Steel and dark? Oh, and I do like that. The potential of Sebastian having an edge over Miles in basically every sense, really. And also, if I can make Excelsius a dark type, then we can also have Sebastian triumphing over his father with fighting in dark. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. That wasn't that hard after all. Just had to think it through. Just had to think it through some more. On that note, let's see which Pokemon we can assign him. You all be gone. Starting with the fire ones. I think a Flareon would be fun. Oh, I think an Eevee would be fun, actually. Oh, maybe an Eevee. I'll get back to that. Chimchar I can also see. For Eustace, I can definitely see more of a baby Pokemon, a smaller one, because he's just getting started. Well, he was in the Investigations games. Technically now he should be a fully fledged prosecutor if we could see him at any point, really. Any of the Investigations cast, really. Would be really nice to see them again. Litleo I can also see. Oh, dude, Sebastian is very versatile. He can fit a lot of... I can see a lot of... Fuecoco would also... Oh. I could just see all the fire starters for him, I'm gonna be honest. One second. I'm almost done eating. Okay, give me like a couple of seconds. I am almost finished. Okay, and done. Okay, we're locking back in. We're locking back in. Now I gotta move this back forward too. Okay. And Score Bunny? No, maybe not Score. No, not Score Bunny. Not Score Bunny. We gotta be a little more selective here. We gotta be a little more selective. What is the Cerulege is Fire and Ghost? Fire and Ghost. That's not Steel and that's not Dark. Otherwise, I feel like Sharkadet would have fit because 2 evolutions. We could have then fit the symbolism of Sebastian choosing a side between his father and Edgeworth, or between, you know, the corruption of his father and pursuing the truth. Cool. Oh, you're a tricky one, honey. You're a tricky one. I do kind of... I'm gonna go through the fighting Pokemon. But Eevee actually does seem like a nice fit. because it's a blank slate in a sense with endless potential. And I think that very much fits Sebastian's character. Ooh. God, Iron Valiant looks so cool. Anyway. You know what? Yeah. Yeah. We're just going very basic, but I think it makes a lot of sense for Sebastian to be... or to have an Eevee. Any different description? Its genetic code is irregular. Also, with abilities, run away and adaptability is also good. Na 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 na. Bam and bam. Now we go back. I save this. Nope. Yes, there we go. God, Eevee's so cute. I wonder when we're gonna get a new... or if we're gonna get... I want a new evolution. I want a new evolution. It's been... 1, 2, 3... It's been 3 generations. I feel like we could get one for Gen 10. I think that'd be neat. Give me a... I don't know... Steel evolution, or Ghost, or... I don't know what else is there. Bug. Give me a bug evolution. Give me a new bug type for me to use, then get my ass kicked with. Let me have some water. Okay. I don't know. I just think at some point we should get an evolution for every type. Is that excessive? Maybe. But it'd be fun, so I want it. Next up, we have Gavel, aka Justine, Courtney, Verite. Whichever you prefer, I'm going with Courtney, with Justine, with one of those. I don't know. I'll mix it up. For you, I can see ice or water. I can also see rock or ground. Ooh. I can see water. I could also see grass. I think we've got enough fairy and dark for now. Water, flying, maybe. Maybe. Problem with evolutions is that there are so many fan-made ones that come in with an original design without being said to have copied anyone. Is going to be very hard. Yeah, but to be fair, that can be like all of Pokemon, right? I guess it's different because like it would be someone else, you know, whatever. But they can still come up with other new Pokemon. So I think it's possible. I think it's possible, and at the end of the day, like, that's the thing, right? Nothing is truly original anymore anyway. At some point, there is going to be inevitable overlap. The question is just, like, how close that overlap is, you know? Can I get rid of this fucking thing? Can I just get rid of... Can I just fucking get rid... No. Ha! It's gone. Aha! There we go. Okay. I'm noting down water as one type, for sure. Where is it? Water. Our first water character. Water trainer. Now, what other type could you fit? Oh, this is difficult. This is difficult. I'm kind of feeling grass. I'm kind of feeling grass because grass has something gentle to it, something... She is a very motherly person. The nature aspect of it, maybe. But then again, maybe something like steel could also make sense. For a moment I considered ice, but she's not a very icy person. She's not like Francisca in that sense. Rock, I was considering. What about ground? I might go for ground. Similar vibes as rock, if you know what I mean. And for her, I really am just mostly going with vibes. The 4 times, well, not 4 times weak, but 4 times, what do you call that? 1/4 effectiveness against Courtney is also fun. Yeah, I think water and ground makes sense. Now for her, I do want to either I mean either something elegant, something motherly, or something justice and law and balance and order oriented is what I can imagine for her in terms of Pokemon. So, let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. We're gonna start with water. Water, 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 water. Suicune would also fit her, but I like having Suicune with Nayuta for now. Although, maybe, do I want to swap Nayuta's out for a Dragonair? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's a better fit. Maybe there's a better match. Seadra. Maybe a Sea King? No. Maybe a Lapras. A Lapras could work. Vaporeon as an evolution to match Sebastian's Eevee could work. Melodic, I can also see wherever it is. There we go, there it is. I'm gonna put you up just because you're pretty. Literally, just because you're pretty and you're water. Swanna, maybe. I forget that you're water. Are these not exactly the same Pokemon? Are these not basically this? Oh no, this one has something a little different underneath. These are almost the exact same Pokemon. Okay. There's a robot Delibird. That's so cute. Okay, now let's look at the ground types. Where is it? Ground, but no water. Check Palafin again. In a second. Once we go through this, I'll go back. I could see... Ooh, I could see a Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen would kind of be banger. I saw one difference. I saw a little difference, but there might be like something else. Yeah, I'll look again in a second. What did you say? What I was considering? Oh yeah, Nidoqueen. Dude, Clodsire is so fucking cute. I think I prefer Clodsire over Quagsire. It's just a goober. Look at it. Okay, let me go back to... Oh, whoops. Water, because now I'm curious. Bam. Wham. Wham. There's a lot of water types. There's a lot of freaking water types. There's so many water types. Okay, let me look at these two again in comparison. Zero form, hero form. Ah. Ah. I see. I see. Yeah, and even just the normal form or zero form has a little something down there. But apart from that, it's basically the same. Water veil. Will never show anybody its moment of transformation. Okay, interesting. Okay, so now the question is, I think Milotic, or Milotic, however you're pronounced, I mainly picked just because of the aesthetic. Vaporeon. Could be very nice to complement Sebastian's Eevee. Lapras just has a very soothing aura. A little less soothing. Transport, water absorb, shell armor. And Nidoqueen is just badass. Better at defense and offense. With scales like armor, this Pokemon will shield its children from any kind of attack. I do like that. The motherly energy. I do like that. Do I give you two? Do I give Courtney two Pokemon? I might do that. I might give you a Nidoqueen and a Vaporeon. Maybe. Or, you know, if I'm going with evolutions, if I'm going with an evolution to complement the boy, then I might as well consider the other ones. Espeon could be a good pick. The bias in me says Glaceon, but I don't think Glaceon would quite work, but I'm gonna open it up anyway. Umbreon I don't think is the one. Sylveon I don't think either. So it's between Espeon, Vaporeon, and Glaceon. When it's predicting its opponent's next move. Sun and Synchronize. Fresh Snow and Snow Cloak. Okay, Glaceon is just my bias speaking. That's just too much my bias speaking, so I think I have to remove you. I'm so sorry, love. I might go with Espeon and Nidoqueen. I think that's the pick. That is the pick. Both Sebastian and Justine have a lot of options. A lot of potential. I guess if we're going with motherly vibes, the Kangaskhan would also have worked. But I kind of like the Nidoqueen more. I kind of like Nidoqueen more. Okay, hold on. I gotta bam, bam. Nope, nope. What am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. Nope, there we go. Nope, there we go. What am I doing? Hold on. There we go. And where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it? Did I not add it? Did I not add it? Did I not add Nidoqueen? There we go. Whoops. And give me an Espeon. Gotta shrink you to fit better. There we go. Next up, we have K. Bug and Dark. Just my first thoughts. Because we do want to, I do want a bug type somewhere in here. And I think Bug and Dark just, Dark fits because Thief and Yatagarasu. And Bug just because, I don't know, the vibes. Let me shrink this one down. There we go. So unless there's a better alternative, I'm going with Bug and Dark. Where is it? Dark. There we go. Now for the Pokemon. Let's start with Dark because I already have a couple options here. Because K as well has a lot of possibility, a lot of choices. If we're going with Thief, I mean there is. We could go with a crow Pokemon. We could go with a Murkrow because it's a literal crow. We could go with we could go with a Zorua for the deception. We could go with a Nickit or a Thievul. Literally a thieving fox. That's it for the Dark types. And for Bug, I'm sure there's also something. Spinarak speaks to me for some reason. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on the Burmy. Although Burmy is cute. Da, 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 da. Oh, I forgot about you. I forgot about you. You're cool. Featuring Axelgor as a main character is a surefire way to make a movie or comic popular. Whatever you say, man. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Dude, Snom is so adorable. Okay, and that's it. So we're probably gonna stick with the Dark types. Might remove Spinarak. Thievul. Or maybe I want even the smaller version. Maybe I just want a Nickit. Maybe a Nickit would even be better. Zora also fits. God, I'm torn between the 3 of these. All 3 of these fit. These 2 could help with her thieving. Zora can just transform. And Nickid is just a thief. Murkrow fits the crow theme. Ah, this is tough. Oh, this is difficult. Maybe... if I want to add Rondelite at some point, maybe I'll save Zora for someone else. Maybe I'll save Zora for Rondelite for someone else, because there's more uses for you, I feel like. The whole transportation and the deception thing. So maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll leave you out and we'll go with Nickid and Murkrow. Yeah. I think that's good. Save number 1 and save number 2. Where is it? Where is it? Nickid! Nickid is so cute. Look at it. Nickid reminds me of fuck, what's he called? The fox from Animal Crossing. Fucking Tom's situationship. What's he called again? Is it R something? No. I forgot what he's called. The Scammer Fox. Yeah, Tom Nook, but not him. His toxic ex. Fox. There we go. Come on, let me put this down. Pull you down. There we go. Okay, 3 more left. Whoops. Next up, we have Eddie! Eddie Fender. I actually do prefer his official name over his fan translation. Because Raymond Shields is a good name, but I feel like it's too cool for him. You know what I mean? Eddie Fender has something silly to it that really fits this face and the personality. Now, what to pick for you? Oh, that's tricky. Maybe I can bounce it off of Miles again with Steel and Dark. I could see Fairy for Eddie. So maybe we'll make that his first type. Whoops. Make his first type Fairy, and second... maybe also ground, but we already had ground. Maybe rock? Maybe rock. We haven't had a rock type yet, and something normal I think could also fit. Normal fairy is also fun. Because he also is another case of just a guy. A little quirky, but just a guy in essence. Normal or rock? Normal rock, normal rock, normal rock, normal rock. I think I'm going normal. I think we're going normal. Where is it? There we go. Normal and rock. Nope, normal and fairy. That's the one. Now let's... Starting with normal. I think for Eddie, something more basic in quotations, but also for... It'd be so funny to give Eddie a Meowth. Oh, it'd be so funny to give Eddie a Meowth. Oh, it'd be so funny to give him a Meowth. Oh, I kind of want to give him a Meowth. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Ooh, I could also have given Kay a Ditto, but that kind of goes in the same area as Zorua with transformation. So we'll leave that at that. Kecleon could also fit K. Something tells me Lopunny or Baniri would also work. Eddie, you want God? You want to train God? Stow? No, this is more of a like a police Pokemon kind of thing. I don't know why I just imagine Eddie with the girly pop Pokemon, you know? Like Chinchino or fucking Lopunny. Furfrou. Oink alone! Oh, Mousehold is so cute. I forgot about you. Leaving that now to the fairy Pokemon. A Jiggly or a Wigglytuff. What about a Wigglytuff? What about a Wigglytuff? Sure. Or a God, you have... Why do the investigations characters have so many options? You guys have too many possibilities. You guys have too much potential. I can't do this. Jesus. Oh. Not for Eddie, but for someone else. Not for Eddie, but for someone else. Or a Tinkaton. God damn it, you have so many options. Okay, I need to narrow it down to at least two. Just two. Some of these characters I actually could just give their own entire team. Okay. Deceiver, Intimate, Hypercut. I'm gonna get rid of Mawile. Because now we're going past just appearance. Now I gotta look at descriptions and abilities and category and whatnot. Hammer, Own Tempo, Mold Breaker. Very daring disposition. Very intelligent. Knocks rocks into the sky with its hammer, aiming for Flying Cobra Knight. That is a menace. You are a menace, and I love you for that. Wigglytuff. Take care not to make it angry, or it may inflate steadily and hit with a body slam. Balloon, cute, charm, competitive. Maybe. If danger approaches, responds with super destructive kicks. Cute, charm, and klutz. Maybe. Meowth is just so it's just such a mascot. Which then could also fit K. K, you also need your entire own team. Jesus. I'm going to get rid of you. Unless, do I replace Nicked with Meowth? I might replace Nicked with Meowth. Hold on, give me back Meowth. Give me back Meowth. Na, 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 na. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of... Ooh, 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 ooh. Is there well, no. What other type could I imagine? I did say I could see rock. Maybe a Nidoking? Fuck, there's just too many options for you. Ooh, 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 oh, 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 maybe? No. Maybe. Ooh, Cobalion for Edward, and then Terrakion for... Or what about Virizion? Hold on. What about Virizion? What if... Where is it? Grass? I could just type in the Pokemon itself. Virizion. Grassland and ability justified. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm going... Where is it? Oh, right here. Duh. Screw it. We're going Virizion. Virizion for Eddie. Virizion, and for sillies, we take... We take Wigglytuff as a second Pokemon just because... I am still very... Ooh, I just said that and now I'm having different thoughts. I was gonna say I'm very Mystery Dungeon Sky-brained, and Wigglytuff is a really cool and also chill character there, and, you know, leading a guild. But then we also have Grovyle as a... I guess more of a detective kind of role, so... Could give that to someone else. Do I change your typing to grass? Now I'm thinking of grass Pokemon to assign you. Do I change you to fairy and grass? Nah, I'm sticking with fairy and normal. So, let me save you. Did I save you to mine? No, I did not yet. Okay. Where's the other one? There we go. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Alright, gotta go over here. Make it a little smaller. There we go. What? Where the fuck are you? Oh god, you're... Hold on, I gotta move you. You're too round. You're too round. There you go. And now I need to replace 2 more. I need to make a... I need to replace some of you. Or no, not necessarily. Replace 1 and add 1. Because I am going to replace Nickit with Meowth for K. There we go. And I'm going to add... Not you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. No, 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 don't export. Don't export. Don't export. We're not done yet. Mimikyu for Sebastian. Where did it go? Nowhere. It went nowhere. There we go. That's cute. That's cute. I like that. I like that. All of you have 2 Pokemon so far because I can't decide for any of you. Okay. Next up, I'm getting a little tired. So we might try to speed through these. Lang. I'm feeling Fighting Dark. Just right off the bat, I'm feeling Fight and Dark. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Fighting, and where is it? Or no, not Dragon. Fighting and Dark. I was considering Dragon type briefly. I was considering it. He does have that fierceness. He's a wolf, though. But then again, also... Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. Fighting Dragon. We gotta get a bit more variety in here, so we're going Fighting Dragon. Or Dark Dragon. Fighting Dragon. Fighting Dragon. Fighting Dragon, but he will get a wolf Pokemon. We'll do that. Okay. And while we're at it, let's real quick assign Bad to... Seems more like a lion or a tiger to me than a wolf. Isn't he? Unless I'm misremembering. I first thought lion, but isn't he also like, isn't his whole thing that like, he's a wolf? Although he does also give lion vibes. Or am I misremembering? Hold on, now I gotta look. Nope, nope, whoopsies, I closed that thing. I didn't mean to close that. Now I'm second guessing myself. Oh no, he's a lion. I'm stupid. Or is it? Hold on. Yeah. Oh, right. He calls people... Right. He calls people cubs. Right. Right. Lion. Right. No, and wolf. Both. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. I think. I think it's both. And dragon. Right. So fuck it. We're getting him a wolf and we're getting him a lion. And he's dragon type. Deal? That'll do. Anyway, before we get to that, let's just real quick. Maybe I should assign first. Maybe I should assign types first and then whatever. We'll get to the Pokemon first. We'll get Pokemon first. Okay. Let's go dragon first. No, we'll not go dragon first because I want a wolf for him. And most of these are going to be, I mean, there's one lion Pokemon we can pick, and there is a wolf Pokemon. There might be several wolf Pokemon. Is Lycanroc a wolf? I'm blind. Is Lycanroc not? Hold on. Is Lycanroc not? Sagoon? Is Lycanroc not dark type? Is it normal? Hold on. What is Lycanroc? It's rock type. Oh! Right. Okay. Yeah. Lycanroc number 1, and what's the evolution called of Litleo? Not Leo. You know what? We'll go to Litleo and we'll go from there. Pyroar. Pyroar. That's the one. You know what? We'll give you the one with the big mane, I think. What's Mega Pyroar? Oh, right. Mega Pyroar looks so cool. And also needs a haircut. We'll give you a male one, sure. Sure. And then save this one. Number 1 and number 2. Boom. Meow. Meow. And add Lycanroc. Lycanroc is so cool. It's so pretty. There we go. That's 2 for you. And now the last one for today. It is also getting pretty late. Mr. Bad. For Mr. Detective Bad, I am thinking dark. Number 1. But what else besides dark? Thinking maybe rock, maybe steel. If steel, that'd be the exact same combination as Edgeworth. Thinking poison maybe too for some reason. Ice? No, not ice. I'm debating between poison and steel and rock. Electric. Why electric? Just vibes, or is it something that I'm forgetting? Let me think. Pure vibes. Fair, fair. I think I'm going with rock, partially also because we haven't had that type yet. Ideally, I would want at least one type to be present anywhere in these teams, for at least a bit of variety, you know, quota variety. And rock would fit him too, I think. It's similar to steel. Not the exact same, but similar energy. It's just a weaker steel. So we'll go with rock and dark. Nope. Pokedex. Pokedex. There we go. Let's look for dark types first. I could see Houndoom. I could also see a dog. I could see a dog type. I could see some kind of dog Pokemon for bad. Or a Honchkrow. A Honchkrow would be kind of cute. Honchkrow and then with K's Murkrow. That'd be kind of adorable. Maybe a Crocodile. Maybe a Red. God, lots of the dark types just fit bad. Ooh, Mabastiff. Ooh, Mabastiff. Ooh, Mabastiff. Oh, I might go for Mabastiff for one, actually. They kind of look similar. I'm gonna remove you, remove you. We're just gonna be left with all dogs at this point. Let's see. Anyone in the rock category that... Maybe Aggron? No, Aggron's too fierce, I think. Na, 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 na. Terrakion could work. Oh, yes, that could work. Because then we have Virizion for Eddie, Cobalion for Edworth / Gregory, and Terrakion for Bad. Oh, yes, I think we'll do that. I think that's gonna be one, and the other might be Mabastiff. Fuck it, we're doing it. No second guessing. That's what we're doing. That is the move. That is going to be the move until I think otherwise. And Mabastiff. Number 1. Yeah! Okay, all of you ended up getting 2 Pokemon because I could not decide. It was so much easier with the prosecutors and the WAA. Jesus. You guys were so difficult for what? Anyway. That is our 3rd team. And with that, we have been at this for almost 4 hours now. We are going to stop here for today. However, I have more teams lined up that we will be getting to at some point. We have some more important characters like the detectives, you know, other major support characters. We can do some other fun. We have the entire, like, the villains, the culprits. We have a lot more to get to. But for now, these 3 shall be enough. This was so much fun. Wednesday, we'll be back with Honkai Star Rail 4.5, the main story, Plan Arcadia story. We'll see how far we can get there. If I don't manage to finish it on stream, then I will try to record the rest and upload it on the weekend, as I will not be streaming those days. And yeah, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves today, and thank you for watching. And I wish all of you a lovely, lovely rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Check out the social media. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, I said that, Patreon for reactions that I still need to upload one reaction that I forgot to upload for the past, like, 4 days. So yeah, that's it from me. Take care, y'all. Stay safe. And, we'll be back on Wednesday. Bye-bye!